Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is you're joining us from. Thank you so much for taking time to join us this beautiful Sunday. Um, it's World Hepatitis Day 2024, and I'm Gbenga Adebayo. It's my honor and pleasure to share this day with you as we seek to discuss on viral hepatitis and what you need to know, the very important things that you need to know about viral hepatitis. This is Living LTV live with me, Dr. Gbenga Adebayo. Well, I have interest, I have particular interest now about viral hepatitis, also because I am serving as the World Health Organization's office in Nigeria as a national viral hepatitis advocacy consultant. And we're trying to get the message out about what the dangers of viral hepatitis, what it is, what you need to know about it, what you need to do so that you and I together can start to end this scourge. Nigeria has a goal. We have a goal to end viral hepatitis. It's a global goal by year 2030. But we are still very, very far from that goal. Looking at the things that are happening where we are as a nation, there are over 20 million people. That's a lot of people. Over 20 million people are living with viral hepatitis in this country. Viral hepatitis B and C, those are the diseases that have a chronic nature. Okay, so before I get out ahead of myself, let's just say thank you for joining us. Welcome to this episode of Living LTV Live. I know it's been a while since we did Living Live. I know the people on YouTube, some people have been asking, where are you? What's happening? What are you doing? Pardon me. I've been doing a number of things. I hope we can start to do this more often. We usually do it on Fridays. So I hope we can get back to. We did something on Health Express. That Health Express is our ML solution that we operate on WhatsApp. We have a group, apps calls of people uh, over 100, over 150 people there that we share, we discuss, they ask questions, they bring the meats, and there are a lot of things that keep flying up and down. Then we have knowledge sharing sessions, and we had one this past Friday also on viral hepatitis, and here we are today again discussing viral hepatitis. I know some people may like this long form live video discussion better than just a chat group or call that we have. So that's what we are here to do, to discuss viral hepatitis. Just put this information out there so that it can be available to a vast, to more people, and they can learn, and we can together end this cut. So what's viral hepatitis? So let's just start first with that. Now, hepatitis simply means an inflammation of the liver, right? And the liver is a pretty important organ in the human body. It does a whole lot of things. So we have some group of viruses that target the liver and get it, just damage it one form or the other. And so we have those five viruses: viral hepatitis virus A, B, C, D, E. Right. So letters A to E, and they are very important, and they are the ones that virus A and E, and the viruses A and E, they don't cause chronic diseases. They don't cause long-term disease. So if you get hepatitis A or hepatitis E, what's going to happen to you is that you will be ill for a while, you will be sick, but you will get better. And that's the end of it, right? Likely, you get better, and that will be the end of it. But viruses B and C, hepatitis virus B and C, if you get hepatitis B or hepatitis C, now that's where the challenge lies. You will be ill briefly, and then you will seem to get better, but that virus is not going to leave your system, right? It's going to be there and continue to damage the liver slowly. And it can damage it so much that it just goes from that illness, person just progresses to cancer, right? Or the person has it long term, it damages the liver, and then we have a condition we call hardening of the liver, liver cirrhosis. The liver becomes hard, it cannot do the things that needs to. And the liver is like the master chemist of the body, the master detoxifier of the body. Your blood passes through it. It takes care of chemicals, drugs. That's a lot of work. Very, very, very important organ in the body. So this virus damages it, attacks the cells, attacks the liver cells, and the person can now have a hard liver. Or the liver is so pliable, fleshy organ, but it becomes hard. And that's why you have liver cirrhosis. And then when that happens over a period of time, then you now have cancer. So the person has liver cancer. And liver cancer, right? If you get a diagnosis of liver cancer, uh, it's not one it's not one many people recover or survive. So that's the those are those viruses. So virus A and E, you get it, you'll be fine. And those are transmitted through fecal oral route. So it's something, you eat something, you drink something. So it's linked to a gene. So you eat or drink something that is tied, that has been transmitted, has been contaminated with these viruses, and then you get that disease. But you recover, right? You recover. But viruses B and C, right? Then the person gets ill, and then those things are there for an extended period of time, and they can cause cancer. And that's what we're worried about. That is that chronicity, that long-term illness with the end point in cancer is what gives us a lot of concern. So we need to get this virus taken care of. We need to get this disease taken care of. My interest in hepatitis, viral hepatitis, started when I was a medical student. Right? So we do a lot of thought. There's a lot of awareness about the HIV virus, about HIV. Right? There's a lot of awareness. But when I got into med school and I got to start to see that there was a disease, so HIV is spread through body fluids. So somebody gets body fluids, you get a small infection, and then over a period of time, you if you don't take care of it, you cannot have AIDS. But it takes like 10 years, and then you just need to. There needs to be transmission of body fluids for you to get HIV. But I got to know hepatitis B. You can get hepatitis B through sweat, right? Body fluid, saliva. HIV is not transmitted through saliva. And the funny thing about it is that hepatitis B acts a vaccine. Wow. It was so interesting to me that there was a disease that was highly contagious, can lead to cancer and kills a lot of people, but has a vaccine, but doesn't have a cure, right? That's a vaccine to prevent it. If you get your hepatitis B vaccines, you are immune for life. You don't get to get the disease. But if you catch the disease, there is no cure, right? So that tells us how that's very, 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 very important that this has a vaccine. And a lot of people catch this disease as children, but they don't know about it. So they scatter their children before they know it, in their 30s, in their 40s, and on they come up with liver cirrhosis or come up with liver cancer. So we need to pay attention. We need to talk more about this disease. We need to do programs to get people aware of the danger of this dreadful disease, and do all that we can to stop it, right? Do all we can that will stop it. So A to E, A and E, just short-term disease and you're fine. B and C, however, they lead to long-term disease. So somebody will say, you've just been talking about A, E, B, and C. What of D? You said there's A to A, B, C, D, but you've not been talking about D. Hepatitis D does not infect people on its own, right? It needs hepatitis B to be there for you to have hepatitis D, right? So that's why we focus on B and C. Right? Hepatitis C is also transmitted through blood, and it's really quite very more common amongst people who inject drugs, right? Right. So that's why part of the programming for hepatitis C involves some things that maybe I'll talk about as we go on in the program. So hepatitis B is transmitted from mother to child, um, through blood. Not that because the blood is blood exchange is when birth is being done and then there's blood mixes then the person can help transmit, can get so the virus transmitted through sweat, right? If you sweat and then you contact the sweat and it enters your eyes, conjunctiva, where your mucous membranes, and then the person can get the disease. Of course, sexual intercourse is also a means of transmission of hepatitis, uh, of B and C. But for C, the more important route of transmission is through people who inject drugs, needle pricks, right? Very, very. That's a veritable means of transmission of the disease. So, how do somebody know that? How can somebody know that they got viral hepatitis? Now, the way the disease comes, some people may have it and they may not have any symptoms, right? They may catch the virus and not have symptoms, right? B and C, you don't have symptoms, but of course, the common symptoms are fever. You can have yellowing of the eyes, your eyes become yellow, pain, abdominal pain, and then they may treat you for malaria and say, okay, if you're in this environment where malaria is endemic, and they say, oh, it's malaria, it's not serious malaria. Yeah, very, very serious malaria. Right? And then the person gets better. Uh, if some adults will clear the disease from their system, right? Some adults, if you contract the disease as an adult, some people, in fact, many people will recover as adults. But children, they don't clear it, right? Children, most children, the vast majority of children will not be able to clear hepatitis B and C from their system. They will not go on to have a chronic cause of the disease. Many adults will clear it, but some will still go on to have the chronic. They just want to have the disease, cause problems until they have liver cancer. So that tells us that prevention is the key. Prevention is the key, and a lot of that prevention needs to start to happen when people are children, right? And so that's why the vaccine is so critical. And the hepatitis B vaccine is such that you need to get, we say that the children need to get the vaccine, the birth dose within 24 hours. You need to spread this to every woman you know that wants to have a baby, or even those that don't want to have a baby. Let's tell all women, as you have your baby, don't take that baby home. Within 24 hours that baby is born, that baby must collect what we call the birth dose of hepatitis B. Is the single, if I can say that, the single most important thing that we can use to kick out hepatitis B. All children, all kids must get their birth dose of hepatitis B within 24 hours that they are born. Some people will say, oh, I need to go home. I'll come back next week. Some of those kids, by the time that kid is coming back, right, maybe already has hepatitis. People has already contracted about hepatitis. So we don't want that. Within 24 hours of birth, all kids should get their birth dose of hepatitis B. All kids within 24 hours. This is critical. This is important. Birth dose within 24 hours. And then, of course, after then, the baby now gets to get all the vaccines, the 3 doses that we have in the national immunization schedule to prevent, to give lifelong immunity to hepatitis B. Hepatitis C doesn't have a vaccine, right? Everybody think it doesn't, but if we do basic hygiene, prevent all this, catch the people that have the disease, it's not as rampant as hepatitis B, right? Like I said, it's more common amongst people that inject drugs. Drug transfusion is also a veritable means of getting these transplant and all that. But hepatitis B really, 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 really contagious through body fluids, sweat, and what have you, saliva. So we need to get people tested, right, and treated. That's to adults now, right? Because even though hepatitis B doesn't have a cure, it can be managed, right? You can progressively know what it is, bring the disease under control so that it does not progress to liver cancer. But the key drive for what we are looking for is what is prevention. The good news is that hepatitis C can be cured, right? It can be cured. There are drugs to treat hepatitis C and clear it totally from somebody's system. 3 months, 3 months course of medications, and individual is cured. Right? So anybody that has hepatitis C, that you have a diagnosis that you have hepatitis C, the good news is that you can be cured. Yes, the drugs are a bit pricey, but the good news also is that not as pricey as they used to be. Through the work of partners, through the concerted effort of people working in programming and making sure that these medicines are more readily available, the costs have come down. It can still go further down. We hope that that our government can start to make provision for this, and our health insurance schemes start to cover for the management of this disease. But while that is done, prevention. So, what's the key thing that we said? We need to every child, no matter where the baby is born, whether in a government hospital, in a private hospital, wherever it is, with a birth after, we would like all births to be attended by somebody that is trained. Once it's in a facility, then that baby within 24 hours should get their hepatitis B blood dose, right? And and then after then, the child of course takes all the other vaccines that all the other vaccines that we have in our routine immunization schedule in Nigeria. And the good news is that these vaccines are free, right? The vaccines are free. So let's avail of ourselves of this opportunity. Let's spread the news. No one needs to die anymore. We hope that by 2030, we have kicked out viral hepatitis, right? We have brought it under control, and it's not a disease anymore. Because the only person that transmits hepatitis from one person to another is human beings. It's not in any animal. We don't have it. It's from human to human. You don't have a vector that carries it and takes it from one person to the other. No, no. From one person to the other. So if we can break that chain of transmission, we can kick out viral hepatitis. So what are you going to do? You're listening to this, go get tested. Go get tested. And if you don't have it, then you can go ahead and get vaccinated. It's 3 courses, 3 doses. Some people start and say they didn't finish. Test, get vaccinated, and you will be the better for it, right? Thank you so much for joining us. It's a short episode. Today is a Sunday. We just said, oh, this World Hepatitis Day should not go without me commemorating and sharing knowledge. So if you come across this, please share it with a friend. If you have any question, ask the questions, and we'll be happy to hear you. Thank you so much for joining us on this very, 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 very important episode of Livinghealth TV Live. Until we come again next time, stay healthy, stay inspired. God bless. Area will come our way. Maybe area will also find a way to go on area level, discuss this small, this matter, so that people will still know about it. And hepatitis, we don't talk about it. So, viral hepatitis, I mean, the genes, we the yarn about it. We will come our way next time, discuss some. Have a beautiful week ahead. God bless you.